Hey, what's up, Elyson? This is Aaron. I'm back with another interview, and I guarantee you, a lot of you know this guy right here, Mr. Jerry Murphy. And I'm excited. We're changing up the scenario. Usually we do this out here in Elyson, but today I get a secret preview of a retail location that he is in the process right now of putting together and opening up very soon. We'll spill the beans at the end of this video. Steer clear. There's a lot of really exciting things going on right here in Elyson. But today we get to meet Mr. Jerry Murphy. So Jerry Murphy, tell us, who is Jerry Murphy?
No way.
Who was Jerry Murphy, and how did you end up in Elyson?
Okay, those three questions. Who is Jerry Murphy? Jerry Murphy is an entrepreneur that loves to work for himself, a go-getter, and I think I would just say a hustler.
Absolutely. I see you all over Facebook. Everyone's always giving you like shout outs, like look what he did. Some pretty cool stuff. And I see your van driving through Elyson all the time too, Murphy Electronics, right?
Well, I owe Elyson and this community a lot of debt. And I'll get into that later as we talk. I got to, but the community's been great to me. Who was Jerry? I'm a military veteran.
Wow. What branch did you serve in?
U.S. Navy. I did all together. I did 12 years altogether.
Okay.
And when I got out, I worked in corporate oil and gas sales for about 15 years. And then I got laid off during COVID and decided to do this full time.
Wow. So you were in the military, you did oil and gas work, and then now Murphy Electronics full time.
Yes.
The job in the military, what did you do in the Navy?
So I started off, I did two things. I started off working on the flight deck of an aircraft carrier, moving planes around on the flight deck.
Okay.
You know those guys that have this jersey that do this with the wands?
Yeah.
I was one of those guys.
Yeah.
Okay? Eventually I moved into avionics systems when I got into the reserves, and that's how I kind of learned the electronic system, things like that.
Okay.
But I was all in the aviation side of
Got it.
the Navy. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of it was pretty technical too.
It was very technical, but it was more dangerous than anything. People don't realize, especially in my day, I was in the Navy. We try to call it the old Navy, but I was in the Navy when there was a lot of. It was working on the flight deck of an aircraft carrier was deemed the most dangerous job in the world, second to coal mining at the time. It's just you would see a lot of things going on, getting blown down the deck, and people falling in the water or getting burned and things like that. It was pretty.
So
cool.
I imagine you built some really good communication skills that later paid off in life.
Working on the flight deck of an aircraft carrier, attention to detail is the number one thing you have to do, and I think that's really helped me throughout my career, my life. Even though that element in that job is not really what I loved and wanted to do with my life. It's kind of what I got stuck into when I was in the Navy, but it taught me like a lot of, like I said, attention to detail.
Yeah.
Focus. Because you're in it. Safety is a very, very important factor, and you have to pay attention, keep your head on the swivel, and it helps you learn.
Yeah. And you mentioned, and thank you again for your service to our country, right?
Thank you.
But you mentioned safety, and you mentioned oil and gas, and I know oil and gas and safety are also synonymous, right? So what did you do? You said oil and gas. Was it sales? Is that correct?
Yeah, I was in sales.
Okay,
so,
got it.
Yeah, I sold drilling software. So
Interesting.
for well planning.
Okay.
Because when I got out of the Navy, I went to college. My degree's in IT.
Yeah.
So and really, that's how I kind of piggyback that with my desire for electronics and things like that. I've always been a real tech kind of guy.
Right.
So once I learned IT and I wanted to go into selling, I just felt like when I was in college at A&M, I actually started selling cars, and that's when I really kind of found my niche for sales. I knew I could sell them.
Okay.
Actually sold cars full time. I sold BMWs, Mazdas, Volkswagen, Kias, and Hondas. It was a dealership that it's like 3 dealerships, and that same owner, and you can sell the whole lot.
Right.
Within 6 months, I was the #1 BMW salesman in the country by volume, while I was in college.
Pretty good.
For 3 years straight. So I could have stayed in the car business. It just wasn't the business for me. I loved it. It just wasn't the business for me. But I knew I wanted to be in sales. Stayed in sales for a while with oil and gas, and just a lot of travel, a whole lot of travel, and frequent layoffs. Up and down. With oil and gas here. Everything's great. Next thing you know, the numbers are down, and you're out. So I just kind of got sick of that, and I always felt. And it always been told by several people that, because I started my business as a side hustle at first, designing home theaters for people and things like that. I really got into home theaters back in around 2000. I started home theaters. because I built my first one in my first house, and it kind of was a ripple effect.
Okay.
I designed my aesthetic, and people would come see it, and they was like, "Oh man, I love you got a movie screen and all this. Can you do this in my house?" I'm like, "Sure."
Wow.
Next weekend.
So just friends.
Yeah, just friends in the neighborhood at first.
And this was while you were working in oil and gas?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I was working in the oil field. So
Wow.
So it was a side. I got an LLC and I did all made it a business, but it wasn't a full time thing.
I see.
Every time I would get laid off,
yeah,
I would go do this full time, and I design home theaters, mount TVs, whatever, a little electrical work, I was making decent money. I was like, this isn't bad. And then I get a call back to go back to oil field, and I forget about it. But the last time was during COVID.
Yeah.
And going on 5 years now. Actually, it's 5 years this March.
Okay.
And
congrats.
And I told myself, I just thought about it. March 5th, I told myself that I'm never working for anybody again. March 5th of 2000.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about that because what is today, March 3rd?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's coming up on 5 years right now. I told myself that when I got laid off from my last oil and gas job.
Right in the heart of the world shutting down, you're like, I'm going to draw a line. I ain't going back.
But you know what? It was crazy because even though COVID was happening, everybody was at home.
Yeah. And
we started off as a TV mounting company.
Okay.
All we did was TV mounting. It was just me and my older son. My older son, he's 28 years old. At the time, he was 23 years old. Just finished college. Didn't have nothing to do. Weirdly enough, he finished college during the COVID time. He didn't have a job anyways. I said, well, just me and him.
Good.
And we got out. I got me a van. I bought an old DHL van, the little yellow body van.
Yeah.
I got it for like $3,000. I got a severance. I got a severance package from my last job.
Yeah.
And they gave me a pretty good severance because they were laid off because of COVID or whatever.
Yeah.
I took all that money. I put it in my van. I got me a little warehouse office. I bought me my van. I took the van. I wrapped the van. That was the best thing I did. The best investment I ever made was that van. The same van you see me driving.
It's still the same one?
Same van.
That's amazing.
I bought that van for $3,000.
Okay.
The wrap cost me more than the van. The wrap cost me $4,000. The van's had no problems at all. Never broke down. It's completely reliable. And 5 years later, I know that van has made this company $1 million.
Cool.
So I mean, it's really paid off tremendously. So yeah, just because everybody was at home, I got on Instagram and Facebook, and I tweeted out to all my friends, this is what I'm doing now, and I trademarked, actually, and I always tell business owners this, small business owners, if you're gonna do something, don't do it halfway, do it all the way, be smart. And what I did was, if you can look up, I own the trademark, which is, push your TV on the wall, we do the install.
Okay.
I own that, okay? If you try to use it, I'll sue you. But I made these little jingles, and we'll go on Facebook, and you can go back and look at some of my old videos, and I go like, hey, put your TV on the wall, we do the install, it's Murph. And it was fun, and it really took off. Man, we were doing, I used to say, I kind of did some numbers and some math, and I would tell my son, if we could install like 3 or 4 TVs a day, $150 a piece, we can make $400 a day. That's not bad money. And that goal, just after a while, I was like, maybe we should try to do about 7 TVs a day. And after a while, my son and I, we weren't doing anything less than 10 to 12 TVs a day.
Man.
And it's like, next thing you know, we were hiring another helper. It grew really fast. And while we were there at someone's house, people always ask me, hey, do you guys do ceiling fans too? And I wasn't marketing that, but I had an electrical background. My dad was an electrician in the Army as well. Mm-hmm. So I have my background was more, electronic systems and things like that. But I said, sure, I can figure out how to put a fan up. That's easy. So, with that part, I decided, I went back to school, got some more training, and got my basic electrician's license, and went from there. And we started doing ceiling fans. We started doing, what did we add? I went to Tesla and got certified to do Tesla chargers because I started, people kept asking me, can you charge Tesla chargers? Well, I guess we can. That's I went and people started asking me, can you do like pendant lights, like these lights here?
Yeah.
I'm like, sure, we can do those.
Okay.
So can you do shades, electric shades? That's electric. So it really was and the home theater was already there because that was actually my niche. Home theaters was actually my niche.
Right.
So we already were doing the home theaters, the TV mounting, then security cameras as well. Then I went out to the state and I got a state security license as well. So I'm a licensed security company as well. I wouldn't say I'm a licensed electrical company. I'm a licensed electrician, but I'm not an electrical company. We only do low voltage. We only do low voltage. So we're licensed doing things electrical, but we only do the low voltage. Which will be,
I see. Interesting. No, very good. So you covered a lot, right? And it sounds like you started off with a very focused niche. Was that intentional? Like, hey, we're just going to become really good with like TVs to like break in, or was that more just you got natural requests for that a lot, and that's where your focus was?
I think it's a combination of both. I mean, at that time, especially about 5 years ago, if you think about it like this, and I say this to everybody a lot.
Yeah.
Think about where the AV industry has gone and the technology industry has gone in the last 20 years. 25 years ago, there was no TV mounting because TVs were this big. They sat on a shelf somewhere.
Big old tube, right?
25 years ago, nobody's putting security cameras in their house.
No.
The only person that had security cameras in their house 25 years ago maybe was Michael Jordan or Bill Gates, right?
Right.
Nobody could afford that.
No.
So 25 years ago, we weren't putting electric shades in our house or video doorbells or anything like that. There were still, pendant lights and ceiling fans, but there weren't very many devices like what we install now that people could really need or even can afford in their home.
Right.
But now, fast forward, like right around COVID, this is really one of the time when flat TVs really came on the scene.
Yeah.
The price point was real, affordable.
Okay.
And everybody was at home.
I see.
Netflix was like really hot now, became the biggest company in the world.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to see their movies. They were buying new TVs. And they were getting money from everybody was getting money at home for free.
Right.
So it just kind of
it just made sense.
It just made a lot of sense. Everyone always says, how'd you start a business and thrive during COVID? It was easy. It was easy. I'm not going to say it's easy. Nothing in entrepreneurship is easy if you don't hustle. It took a lot of hustle and determination.
Sure.
I posted people got sick of me on Facebook back then. I posted on Facebook and Instagram 2-3 times a day.
All the time.
All the time. I'm like, it's me against Jerry, I'm in your face. Put your TV on the wall, we did the install. Here I am again. And I always got reviews and feedback. What I learned in sales, and what I learned for the most part, the reason why I was successful in car sales and where I'm successful now, the biggest thing that I can sell to any entrepreneur is that the reason why I'm successful is because I don't focus on the product that I sell or the service. I just focus on good business and good relationships.
Okay.
And that's why I was successful in corporate sales as well.
Yeah.
People do not buy from people that have good products or good services. I mean, I'm selling TVs, I'm selling home theaters. You can buy that from anybody.
Okay.
You buy from people you like.
Yes.
People that you trust.
Okay.
So I focus on relationships.
Absolutely.
That's why when I go in someone's house, like I said, when I go in someone's home, first thing I do is we're here to mount one TV. And now, for us now, because we probably do at least 20 different services at home. And for now, TV mounting used to be all we did, but now it's my foot in the door.
Sure.
Because once you call me up and you say, hey, Jerry, we just closed on a house here in Elyson. We've got 5 TVs we want to put up. I say, okay, what else do you need done in the house? Oh, we don't need anything else done. Okay, all right. I say, okay, I'm going to set your appointment. You say you don't need anything done.
Right.
But when I come there, I look around and I see all these little plates around. Those plates are pre-wired for speakers. Okay, pre-wired I see you're pre-wired for speakers. Oh, I see you're pre-wired for pendant lights in your kitchen too, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I see you've only got 2 ceiling fans in your house, but you got 5 bedrooms. Okay, so you need ceiling fans, you need pendant lights, you need pre-wiring, you need speakers in your meeting room. And what about security? Are you not going to get an alarm system? Or you're not going to want your house secure? So now I've got you, I'm in your home. And a lot of that, the first thing that happens is, oh, I didn't know you did all that.
Right.
Well, absolutely, we do all of that. We're not just a TV mounting company.
Yeah.
Okay, so TV mounting gets me through the door because these days, especially, everybody wants to do TV mounting.
Yeah.
Most people, a lot of people, actually, they don't even have to stand for the TV, especially when they move. A stand is gone. They just moved in, and they're like, these TVs on the floor. I've got to get them up.
Yeah.
So that's a priority for them.
That's amazing.
So for us, we use that as a resource to just get through the door.
It's good. It's good. So if I'm hearing you really started focusing off with wide marketing to get as many prospects in the door. This is, hey, I'm on Facebook. This is what I'm doing.
Yes.
Everyone knows Jerry Murphy does TVs.
Yes.
And then you got better at expanding your offerings over time. And then you got to a point to where you fine-tune that sales, that relationship building, so that you can make those explicit asks, right? Because you can't just walk in and be like, hey, bro, you don't have a fan, right? Like, you got to have some sort of rapport or build up, and you really kind of built out a catalog of services and that consultative type approach to,
it's
your
very
sales.
consultative.
Yeah.
It's very consultative, and that's why we're successful. Is that, and it became. I want to move on and talk more about Elyson and what the business is now, because it became even night and day once I moved to Elyson. So I moved to Elyson. I've been in Elyson, and by the way, I love Elyson and I love the community. I love everyone that's watching this. But we
and I know they love you because I see them saying Jerry Murphy's office and he does great work. So I see it all over.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
But we moved to Elyson. It will be 3 years for us in July.
Yeah.
And before I moved out here, everything that I was doing, me, my son, my family, we got a whole team now. It's not my son, but everything that we were doing, we did it anywhere. I mean, people ask me and said, so how far will you go? I'm like, as far as the money will take me.
Yeah.
You know what? If it makes dollars, it makes sense. You know, people ask me like, will you come to Conroe? I'm like, does Conroe have dollars? Will you come to Dallas? Do they have dollars in Dallas? Will you come? Somebody asked me, said, will you come to Las Vegas? Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You know, so I mean, if it makes dollars, so. For us, we were going all over the city. You know, one day we'd be in Humble, then from one job, and by the afternoon we'd be in the Woodlands, or we'd be in Central Houston or whatever. Every day was something different. You know, it was a lot of miles or whatever. Yeah. But once I moved to Elyson, my sales rep, my Western sales rep, Blake, told me, he said, you're going to do very well over here because a lot of people in this neighborhood is growing very, very fast. When I moved in, it was the booming period. People were buying homes left and right, and the sales rate was just tremendously fast. And Blake kind of partnered with me. He said, I'll start telling people about your brand and what's going on, and when we close homes, I'll put your information inside of our package. He said, but I don't know if you want to, but I would recommend you do that we've got a model home village, do that with all the sales reps here. And I was already ahead of them. I said, 'cause I'm a very, very, intuitive marketing kind of guy.
Sure.
So I said, I did it a little bit. I went one step further. So I started taking donuts to all the sales reps at the homes, telling them about what we do, telling them my story as well, and making friends with them. The guys like Akeem and Perry Homes, things like that. It's been very, very, very helpful for me.
Sure.
Or different realtors in the neighborhood, yourself, Rio, whatever. Just making relationships.
Absolutely.
The relationship building in the community was paramount. And I started getting a lot of business that way within the community.
Locally.
Yes. Just in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But the way that it really took off, though, because I didn't, that was probably my first 2-3 months in Elyson. Okay. It was all working from building relationships.
Right.
And I was like, wow, I'm going to get some work out of here. But I was at the pool one day on a weekend, and I was telling somebody about my business, and they said, hey, I don't know much about your business. Are you on the Elyson Residents Facebook page? And I was like, I didn't even know we had a private Facebook page. He was like, for what you do? He said, dude, he said, if you post what you do with your personality on that group, he said it's going to be a ripple effect.
Gone.
He said, honestly, I don't remember who that guy is, but I want to thank him.
Yeah, good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I made that first post. My first post 3 years ago.
Okay.
I got about 68 comments, and from that one post I booked about 8 jobs. Okay. That week. And Excellent. It was a ripple effect. Every post, every job we did, we reposted, we retagged it, and from all those posts, we got at least 6-7 more jobs from that one. And it just daisy chained. And I kept on telling myself, and then they told us, they said, well, as a business, you only can post on this platform once a week. And I would just post once a week. Okay. And that once a week, hey guys, thanks for your business. This is what we're doing in the neighborhood. And you guys would just pour your, it just got crazy. One thing that this community does that I really cherish is that they really support, resident-owned businesses and small businesses. Absolutely. And for me, I wouldn't have been able to grow the way I've grown without it. We work almost exclusively at Elyson now. We probably work. If I have to leave the neighborhood now, I'm kind of upset. I'm like, golly, we're going to Sunterra. What kind of day is this? Yeah, exactly. I'm very fortunate. I'll be on a ladder sometimes working, and I'll look at the ladder. I'm like, hey, there's my backyard. I work around my house, right? You know,
your neighbors. Yeah.
I've worked in over 700 homes in Elyson. I've met so many people.
700.
Yeah,
Man.
700 homes I worked in 3 years.
Incredible.
You know, so a lot of that includes new homes. You know, sometimes we go back and forth to somebody's house several times, but 700 different homes we worked in.
That's almost a third of Elyson knows this guy and has hired him to work in their house. Or something. Yeah, that's amazing. That's incredible.
It's not a testament to me. It's a testament to the community as well. I can't say it's not a testament to us. A little bit.
Yeah.
It's all about the relationships and focusing on just a very consultative approach.
Right.
And that's the reason why we did this. That's the reason why we went retail.
Wow.
And that was the next step for us. For me, we do a lot of packages we can put in place, moving packages, things like that. We actually are pre-wiring for a couple of buildings as well, but most of the buildings, not in Elyson though, unfortunately.
Okay.
Most of the pre-wiring that you get from your homes for low voltage and for electrical is done by Home Pro or R&D Technologies. But as I've learned, and what you guys should know, is that both those companies, their price point is about twice as mine.
Yeah.
So what people do is they don't buy they'll get them to the pre-wiring, but after the pre-wiring, they want somebody else to come and do that work, the installation work.
I see.
And what we do is we come in and do a consultation about all the things that they can do in their home once they close. So that's what this retail effort is for.
Yeah.
To give you a showroom when you come in, you can see kind of how we can, things that we actually do in homes.
Yep.
We're actually selling products now. I've always sold electronics too as well. And that's the reason why I really liked when I got into this business, because I knew I had a selling personality. Installation. But for me, I focus more on selling. I'm a registered dealer with Samsung, Sony, LG, Bosch, Epson, JVC, over 70 brands.
That's amazing.
Okay? So we're going to sell all those brands in the store. We're also going to sell...
Here?
Yes.
Wow.
We're also going to sell kitchen appliances as well.
Okay.
The reason why I got into appliances is because I know that when you buy a new home, you don't get a washer and dryer, you don't get a refrigerator in most cases.
Sure.
So what better thing to do than be able to have a store right around the street where you can come buy that, and then when you come buy that, I can sit down and say, hey, how many fans do you have in your house? And what we also are doing over here is that, especially the new section in Elyson, the back section with the bigger lots. Every home back there, I don't know if it's every home, but all the Perry 2-stories and a lot of the bigger plans, they all have a pre-wired media room.
Okay. Yep.
And that's my niche.
Yep.
So you're talking about over 300 homes with a pre-wired media room.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's huge.
And that's my niche. And I live in Elyson.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to get into more higher end media rooms because these are bigger homes. I'm selling media rooms that can be upwards of $15,000, somewhat $30,000. So when I'm selling that kind of equipment and a kind of setup, a lot of people want to say, hey, do you have somewhere I could come and listen to the music or hear it like Best Buy would have? I'm like, well, no, I can take it to one of my older customers' house, something like that. So that's kind of like, it's invasive on their privacy and things like that. I used to do that a lot. And a lot of customers, I appreciate you let me bring people into your home in the past. But now we can bring them here. We're going to have a full 11-channel home theater that all my vendors will put together. It's sponsored by my vendors. It's going to have a fantastic 8K projector in it, 120-inch screen, and 11 speakers in it. Six chairs, 2 rows of seating.
Right.
I'm not going to show you that. I'm not going to walk you around the store. We're opening this store on April 19th. It's right at 99 in Clay Road. We're in the store right now. I'm very proud of it. I wouldn't have been able to do this if it wasn't for Elyson. So
that's pretty interesting.
This is a pretty next step. Yeah.
Because you bring up a good point, and I'm sure a lot of people in Elyson have seen you kind of breaking down the wall on social media as you were working on here, doing some construction and stuff. And I was thinking doesn't Jerry know that Circuit City went out of business and this is a really hard niche to be good as a retailer in this space and grow this stuff. But you bring up an extremely good point, which is Elyson is a new community. It's a lot of new constructions. Things aren't fully built out. There's Centerra and a lot of other communities nearby that are continuing to expand. There's huge demand for this, and people are spending a lot of money. They want to know what they're going to get, right? And to know what they want to get, they have to touch and feel. And that's what you're bringing, basically, is the experience so that they understand what they're getting, right? So it's mind-blowing to see how you piece that all together, but curious, your retail background, do you have any retail background too, or how does that look?
So I kind of left that out in my background because I kind of want to fast forward past that. before I started in the oil and gas industry after college, one of my first jobs in college was for Electrolux Major Appliances. Okay, Electrolux owns Frigidaire. Okay, Frigidaire appliance.
Yeah.
So what I did for them is I was the district manager in charge of all the sales and distribution that come through Texas and Louisiana.
Okay.
So specifically, I was in charge of independently owned appliance stores. Like if you got Bob's Appliances. Okay?
Yeah.
So Bob might sell Maytag, GE, Whirlpool, and also he sells Frigidaire.
Yep.
I was a Frigidaire rep. He bought Frigidaire from me.
Really?
I delivered it to him. I trained his sales reps how to use it, things like that.
Interesting.
At the time, Frigidaire was like the least wanted brand in the industry. This was back in, when did I work there? 2008.
Okay.
And they were like, I don't want Frigidaire. Frigidaire is junk. It's crap. It's crap.
Sure.
You know, but that's because Frigidaire used to be owned by White West, and now it's an older company. But Electrolux bought it. They put more technology in it, and they hired all these new reps to actually turn the name around.
Yeah.
And within 3 years, I was the #1 rep in the entire country.
So just like cars, you could sell refrigerators.
So I kind of learned the appliance industry. I kind of learned the whole aspect of wholesale appliances, like turning, flipping, things like that.
Yeah.
Methodologies, consultative selling. It was all business to business. You know, I took all that next level to my business side in oil and gas. So, you know, I think me having a sales background, my degrees in marketing as well, you know, and technology, it really helps me out with my business experience as well.
Absolutely.
I always tell entrepreneurs that, you know, you don't have to have, you know, a big MBA or a great college degree to be successful in entrepreneurship, but you do have to have a foundation. You do have to have some kind of structure of understanding marketing and at least businesses at all. Yeah,
that's cool. That's really awesome. No, so you worked obviously selling to retailers. Did you see any kind of things like, hey, this retailer does really well because of this, or doesn't do so well because of this from that experience?
Yes.
I'm guessing you
and,
draw some lessons from there. And
yeah, it's just about what I learned that retailers didn't do, and I trained them on helping them do it as a rep, is methods of marketing, you know, and being able to market. You know, I would see, and it always baffled me. People would put all this money and technology in the stores, like I'm building right now.
Sure.
Get beautiful products, and you know, make the store look beautiful, but their marketing was terrible. You know, like you got this great place or this great site, or you've got great skills and great selling, but nobody comes here because they don't even know about it.
Yep.
You know, and like, well, I don't really make commercials.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, why not? I don't really talk like that. Well, you need to hire somebody that does it.
Yeah.
You know, fortunately, you know, I'm a talker. You know, I'm somebody that, you know, likes to sell or whatever. You know, every entrepreneur doesn't have to be a salesperson, but if you're not going to be the person doing the selling, you should have somebody that does.
Yeah.
Marketing is essential in selling.
Wow.
And for me, I understood and I saw early on that, like I said, when I left the oil and gas market, I got a severance package.
Okay.
All that money went into my business, you know.
Okay.
A lot of entrepreneurs make the mistake and start thinking about, I want to make money for myself.
Yeah.
They don't understand that it takes money to make money.
To make money.
You know, even if it doesn't take a lot of money to start a business,
Yep.
you know, the money that you're making, you have to put it back into your business, back into your business, back into your business.
Right.
And that's why I was able to do this in 3 years in Elyson, to go retail like this.
Sure.
Because all the time that we've been growing in Elyson, working in 700 homes or whatever, I've been planning for this.
Okay.
This has been this has always been a dream for me even before I came to Elyson.
That's awesome.
But it was a 5-year plan, and you know, it's 5 years today. Really, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But I've been, you know, putting this whole plan together and thinking about it. And I know you say, you know, Circuit City closes down,
Sure.
Fry's Electronics closed down.
Yeah, Radio
you know,
Shack.
Radio Shack, electronic stores closed down left and right.
Yeah.
But think about this though. Those were regular big box electronic stores.
Correct.
Okay. The reason why they went out of business is because Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay. Amazon shut them down.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Costco shut them down.
Shut them down.
Walmart shut them down. All right. But if you're somebody and you want to spend $30,000 on a home theater,
Right.
okay, you're not going to buy that on Amazon.
Nope.
Okay. You
Nope.
want to talk to a specialist
Yeah.
that has over 30 years of home theater experience. and sit
Understands
down
the
with them,
install.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. You want to get specialty equipment as well. Okay.
Yes.
Best Buy doesn't sell specialty equipment.
No.
They sell high-end products, but they have certain SKUs. This is what we buy all the time.
Exactly.
I can get you products from anywhere you want because I'm an independent,
Yeah.
dealer.
Yeah.
So as opposed to being an independent, it's just different. You know, we're selling specialty products. We're doing consultative selling, like you said. The appliances being here, like I said, that's to get you through the door, and it's just a quick sell for us. We're not looking for quick sales.
Yeah.
You know, we're looking, to be a consultant to you and help you give you products on your home that can make you a long
Full
time.
home solution, right?
Full
Somebody
home solution.
comes in, moves into Elyson. They can come here, they can get appliances, they can get sound system, they can get TVs. What else? What are you carrying?
You get Generac.
Generac.
We also sell Xfinity. You get your internet here.
Okay.
We sell Xfinity for internet. We sell Earthlink. We sell, what's the other one? We sell 5 different internet providers.
Wow. Okay.
So much been going on. We just added those. Haven't told anyone yet. We're not,
all right.
But we are selling internet as well. Please don't call me and say you want internet yet. My wife will be doing that in the store in a couple of weeks. We're also going to be fixing cell phones, like cell phone screens. We'll have a tech in here,
Oh, wow.
a service department to fix cell phone screens, fix computers, upgrade computers. I've got a whole geek squad, if you want to call it, in here.
Nice.
We're just trying to, pretty much everything that Best Buy does, we can do here at a more consultative level, and a more specialty level.
Got it.
So I think with electronics, the reason why a store like this is good is because sometimes, for me, I want to hear something. If I want to go buy something, I don't want to buy it online.
Right.
How many times do you buy something online and be like, this is not the way it looked online. This is not what I want.
Yeah.
So with me, you can actually come to my store and put your hands on it.
Yeah.
You can actually come to my store and hear it, see it. People buy these outdoor shades for their patios, but they don't even know how they look or design. We sell shades too. We do shades.
Yeah.
We'll have a shade here that you can actually see and design and work with inside the store. So it's more of a showroom to show you things that you actually have in your store. We'll be selling. I don't have any display in the store, but we also sell ceiling fans as well now too.
Cool.
Okay, we sell light fixtures.
Yeah.
They're all listed on our website, murphyelectronics.com.
Yeah.
Murphyelectronics.com.
There you go. Plug it in.
I try. But they're all listed on our website, and eventually we're going to be an Amazon business as well, and sell products over Amazon as well.
That's awesome. No, I completely understand it now, right? The whole come in, touch, feel, understand. Because the things you do buy online, sometimes they're just disappointing, right? And then somebody comes and installs it, and it's not quite what you're looking for. And totally get it. So,
and just like some of the customers in Elyson have told me, what's a better idea than the things you have in your home than to have your own personal relationship with someone who works on the stuff in your home? They go into Best Buy and be like, okay, I'm done with you.
It's huge.
The guy who put my TV, like now you can say, the guy who put my TV up, Murph, I can call him, hey Murph, what setting do I go to? I have customers all the time. Matter of fact, hey Kevin Lacey, one of my customers, hey Murph, I was on my TV, and how do I get my settings to say such and such, such and such? Oh, just go to this setting, and that's how you, thank you, man, I appreciate that. Can you call Best Buy for that at 7 o'clock at night?
No,
you can't. You're probably closed.
Yeah.
Okay? I got that call at 9 o'clock at night.
Sure.
Because I take care of my customers.
Absolutely.
I make friends with him. He knows me personally now.
You're the specialist that does whole home solutions, that happens to own a retail store to help enable that business.
And happens to live in your neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very different approach. It's a very different business, right?
Right. And what we noticed from that also is that we work a lot in Elyson, but we've worked a lot in Marvita, Sunterra, Bridgeland.
Okay.
And it's just a lot of growth out here. It's growing so much. And if I wanted to survive with this store just off Elyson, I probably wouldn't make it. But I've seen so much growth in the other areas as well. I know the economy is struggling. I know there's a lot of uncertainty in the economy, and things. A lot of people are getting laid off here and there. But we're very fortunate. I like to say, I don't like to use the word fortunate. I like to use the word blessed, because I am a believer.
That's awesome.
I'm just very blessed. To be in a situation where people are struggling, and I'm like, I haven't felt it. I'm hoping it stays that way. I need Elyson's support for it to stay that way. I do.
Yeah.
The only reason why I have been as successful as I am, I can't say it's the only reason, because I know that I'm a go-getter, and I know that I've always been successful in things that I do.
Sure.
But I have to say that it wouldn't have happened it wouldn't have just taken off like this as it went for Elyson. I just walked into a gold mine in that community. It's just been fantastic.
You guys rule. That's
it's been fantastic.
You heard it. So
I get emotional about it sometimes. I really do.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to act or anything. It really breaks me down how much this community has really done.
It's huge. I can imagine,
man, it's like
the faith you had to take to step out of a W-2, to step out of a dependable income to the unknown.
I didn't say this earlier, but I wasn't just an oil and gas sales rep. I was a VP.
Sure.
I worked my way to be a VP of sales in oil and gas.
Yep.
And it was a hard transition. You know, when you're making, you know, a very good salary, you know, and, you know, always a successful guy at a company, and you know, you feel like you're not appreciated. You feel like, you know, hey man, I was the top guy just last year. 3 months later, because of the economy or because the price of oil, you're letting me go. Right. You know, and it did take a lot of faith. It took a lot of faith to take that jump.
That's awesome.
And I took the jump, but that wasn't the hard part, taking that jump. The hard part was putting the work in and the trust and knowing that it would work, and it's worked. But I just owe a lot. I owe a lot to Elyson. I do. I mean, I think about it every day.
That's awesome.
Every day. When I get on my knees at night and pray, I don't just pray for myself and my family and my friends. I pray for that neighborhood. Yeah. And because I can't help but do it, because it's giving me this. Yeah. I'm so proud of this store. Yeah. I'm so proud of this store, and it's going to be remarkable. Our grand opening is April 19th. And
April 19th, guys.
Yeah, we'll have a full block party. We'll have
right here.
We'll have
where is here?
3815 West Grand Parkway North. We're right next to Big City Wings.
Big City Wings. Y'all been there?
It used to be Eskimo Hut. It used to be like a daiquiri shop, but it doesn't look like that at all anymore on where we are. We'll have a full car show in the parking lot. We'll have kids bounce houses. We'll have face painting, a DJ, a whole morning of events. The mayor's coming out, cutting the ribbon, banner and all that. So it's going to be
That's great.
It's 11 o'clock that on the 19th.
That'll be fun.
We're in countdown mode.
I'm looking forward to it. I know I'll be sending clients that I'm helping get set up with houses and stuff to you.
Thank you.
To get set up and on their way. It's a completely different experience. And I love you sharing how you got here, how you got their story. It's awesome to see your unique sales experiences, your technical and military experiences, and all of that piecing together to ultimately where you are today. I appreciate you sharing your story.
Yeah.
So,
it's a lot.
If they want to get in touch with you and have you help them at their house, what's the best way to do that?
I used to always say, put your TV on the wall, give us a call, we do the install, but now it's just TV, so I had to change that one. So now I just say, give us a call, we do the install.
That's it.
But 832-387-6783, that's the main line.
Okay.
Find us on Facebook.
You get your website there. I'll put it all in the video there too.
Easy to find on the Elyson Residence page. We've got a fantastic website with a ton of products on it. A lot of the products don't have pricing on it, and that's intentional because I can put packages together and things like that. But and even we've got tons of products that I can get that aren't on the website as well. But you can find us that way. Find us on the web. Find us on Instagram. Or just walk through the door of the store after April 19th.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jerry, thank you so much for sharing your story. It's an inspirational story, truly, in terms of how you've grown up and built that business along with Elyson here. And I see you all over the place on Facebook. It's kind of cool to get the actual story of how it was built. So we'll see you guys on that next interview. In the meantime, make sure you mark your calendars to come visit Murph Electronics on their grand opening and enjoy